Hi everyone, this is Learning with Linda, and today we're discussing the state stimulus check updates for the year 2023. We actually have 4 states that could be sending additional checks in the coming year. More details are in this video. And now to start off, guys, I want to be very clear. We're not talking about federal stimulus checks. We're talking about a list of states that could be sending a new round of checks in the year 2023. So once again, we're not talking about a federal stimulus. We're talking about state stimulus once again. So we also have an update regarding the December SNAP emergency allotments. There's actually 28 states that are sending their emergency allotments in the month of December. And then 6 states are also sending their emergency allotments from December in the month of January. So once again, 28 states in total sending the emergency allotments in December, and then 6 of those states sending the emergency allotment in the following month, which would be the month of January. So make sure you guys stay until the end of this video to ensure that you receive this information. Now, before we get started, if you're interested in the latest news regarding stimulus, child tax credit, SNAP, p-ebt, and everything in between, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button down below. Now let's get right to it. And so the first state on this list is the state of New Mexico, where the governor is eyeing another round of New Mexico tax rebates in the year 2023. So of course, I'm going to be putting the link to this article in the part of the video description. And here I also found another article that's talking about a stimulus push, once again for New Mexicans, that could see another round of $750 checks. So you'll also be able to find the link to this article in the part of the video description. So let's break down all the details. So driven by a surge in oil and gas production, New Mexico is expected to rake in as much as $3.6 billion in new money for the state's upcoming budget year. And that major increase might bring another round of tax rebates or economic stimulus payments to those in the state of New Mexico. So ahead of the next legislative session in the month of January, Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham is now said to be urging lawmakers to use a chunk of the one-time oil revenues to pay for another tax rebate or economic relief payment. A spokeswoman for the governor's office, Nora Mayer Sackett, told the State News that the governor is looking at rebates in the ballpark of $750 per taxpayer or $1,500 per jointly filing couple. So that type of package could cost about $1 billion, according to Mayer Sackett. However, the state is looking at new money revenues of roughly $3.6 billion. Of course, the idea is just that, an idea, right? Once again, we're talking about a proposal here. So the fine details would ultimately need to be hammered out and passed by the state legislature, which is slated to reconvene for a 60-day session starting on January 17th of the coming year 2023. But while the comments are early in terms of the lawmaking process, they are significant in signaling a strong likelihood of continuing with stimulus efforts lawmakers approved in early 2022. The second state on this list is the state of New Jersey, where they're talking about stimulus for homeowners and renters. And guys, this is something that is official, but you do need to apply for these payments. So homeowners and renters in the state of New Jersey have until January 31st of 2023 to claim between $450 to $1,500 in relief payments. So on November 18th, Governor Murphy announced an extended deadline to file for the new Anchor Property Tax Relief Program and expanded eligibility to certain renters. Anchor is a new property tax relief program for New Jersey homeowners and renters. So if you're a homeowner with an income of $150,000 or less, you can receive $1,500. But once again, you do have to apply. Homeowners with income of more than $150,000 and up to $250,000 will receive $1,000. Now, if you are a renter and your income is of $150,000 or less, then you can receive $450. So once again, if you are a renter with income of $150,000 or less, then you can receive $450. But once again, you do have to apply for this program. And here's more information as to when you can receive your payment. So the application deadline has extended to January 31st of next year, giving taxpayers an extra month to apply. Additionally, tenants or renters who had previously been ineligible because their units is under a pilot, meaning payment in lieu of taxes agreement, are now eligible to apply for the benefit. So all payments will begin going out in late spring, regardless of when taxpayers file. And then payments will be issued in the form of checks or direct deposits and are not subject to federal or state income tax. And so the information that I just presented to you regarding the Anchor Property Tax Relief Program, it's on this website. I'll be putting the link to this article in the part of the video description. Now, if you're interested in applying for this Anchor program, all you have to do is click on the image, and it's going to open up this link that is direct website to the New Jersey Treasury website, and it gives you here all the information regarding the Anchor program. So if you go ahead and scroll down, it gives you the filing deadline. Once again, it's January 31st of 2023, and then it gives you a couple options as to how to apply. For example, if you are a homeowner and you want to apply for this relief program, you can file online, you can file by phone, file a paper application even, or if you want to request homeowner information, you can also do that. However, if you are a renter or a tenant, you have a couple options here. You can file online. You also have a paper application for renters, tenants available online. And then once again, you can click this option right here where it says renter/tenant information as well. And then down here gives you even a couple videos as to how to file your application regarding if you are a renter or a homeowner. Next, we have the state of Maine, where we have an update regarding those $450 checks. And remember, there was a proposal on the table. So on December 6th, Governor Janet Mills unveiled the Emergency Winter Emergency Relief Plan, which could provide a payment of $450 to an estimated 880,000 eligible Maine people, amounting to $900 in relief for the average Maine family. Unfortunately, the proposal failed in the Maine Senate as the measure garnered only 21 votes in the Senate, short of the 24 that were required. So it did receive overwhelming support in the state house for a vote of 125 to 16. However, the Maine state legislature has scheduled a public hearing on emergency winter heating plans for next Wednesday, December 21st at 1 p.m. at the state house. Now, the hearing will commence by reconsidering Governor Janet Mills' $474 million plan, which included $450 relief checks for almost all Maine taxpayers. An alternative, less expensive winter heating assistance plan has been proposed by a bipartisan pair of senators, Democrat Nicole Grohowski of Hancock County and Republican Rick Bennett of Oxford County. Now, the Grohowski-Bennett proposal would cost $298 million and propose capping recipients at $60,000 earners and a sliding scale of payments from $275 to $800, targeting greater aid to lower income residents. And so that's the latest update for those in the state of Maine. And so here I leave you guys with the article as to where I found all that information from. Of course, I'll be putting the link in the part of the video description. But right here you can see it says Maine State Legislature plans to schedule a public hearing on the winter heating aid plan. And as I mentioned previously, that is set to happen next Wednesday, December 21st at 1 p.m. at the State House. And as I've mentioned previously as well, for those of the state in Minnesota, your governor is also proposing using part of the $17.6 billion surplus for rebate checks. And here we're going to pull all the information we're able to find in this article. And once again, I'll be leaving the link in the part of the video description. Minnesota's staggering $17 billion surplus has some wondering, will the governor's proposal of rebate checks still be on the table? One Wall's check proposal was for $1,000 to go to single people earning less than $164,000 and then $2,000 for couples earning less than $273,000. Now, Governor Wall said that with the forecasted surplus, he will propose the checks again. Get money back in the form of rebates that people can be able to use as they see fit is something that the Governor Wall said. Governor Walz also suggested that income guidelines could change, but he said he was willing to work to see about maybe what some of those income limits were if they wanted to see those changes. Democrats will control both houses of the legislature, and the DFL legislature say their priorities include big permanent spending measures on education, healthcare, affordable housing, as well as possibly eliminating taxes on Social Security income. But incoming DFL Senate President Bobby Joe Champion told WCCO that everything will be up for discussion, including checks to taxpayers. Moving on to the SNAP emergency allotments, here we have the list of states who are no longer providing these benefits, unfortunately. So these states have already ended their COVID-related emergency declarations and have therefore ceased issuing emergency allotments. And those states include Missouri, Florida, Idaho, Montana, South Dakota, North Dakota, Nebraska, and Arkansas, which, by the way, these states stopped sending their benefits in the year 2021. Then we also have Mississippi and the state of Tennessee that also ended their benefits in December of 2021. Iowa, for example, ended their benefits in the month of March. Arizona and Kentucky, unfortunately, ended their benefits in April. Indiana and Georgia ended in the month of May. And then Alaska ended their benefits in the month of August. Moving on to the payout dates for January 2023, starting off with the SNAP emergency allotments for benefits for the month of December. So remember, these are the states that are usually 1 month behind. So California will be sending their benefits from December on either January 7th or January 14th. Then we also have Hawaii, January 10th, Kansas, January 22nd, all the way through the 31st, Massachusetts, January 3rd, and Vermont, January 12th. Then regarding the SNAP emergency allotment for January, we have one state that has been approved from January 21st all the way through January 29th. And here we have the payout dates for the SNAP emergency allotments for November. Remember that these dates are usually 1 month behind as well. And so these are the December payout dates. So California, they sent their benefit for November on December 18th. And by the way, let me know if you received that in the comments section, please. Then we have Kansas from December 21st all the way through December 30th. Minnesota, December 6th all the way through December 29th. And here we have the list of states that have been approved for the SNAP emergency allotments for December. We have the payout dates on the right-hand side of this chart. So starting off with Alabama, that's one of the states that has been approved for December. Also Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, Illinois on this list. Louisiana, Maine, Maryland, Michigan, New Hampshire, and New Jersey. The state of New York has also been approved for the month of December. Then we also have New Mexico, North Carolina, Ohio, Oklahoma, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, South Carolina, Texas, and Utah. The state of Virginia, West Virginia, and Wisconsin, those states have also been approved for the emergency allotments for December. And that is all the updates that I have for today. Remember to turn on your notification button to know when I have uploaded a new video. See you guys next time.